Hello, this is Diego Mangabeira and welcome to BoringSales. Today we're going to talk about building a LinkedIn lead engine without paid ads. Okay, how to put everything we've covered together and also everything that we could say about LinkedIn into a single, how can I say that, blueprint, okay, per se. We're going to talk about that, how to create a strategy that's going to make it count and also to make it worth for you to invest your time, your team's time, and also to get better results from LinkedIn. Okay, first thing first, LinkedIn ads, I don't know if you tried that, but LinkedIn ads are really expensive, more than Meta, more than Google and everything that you might have today, or even TikTok anyways. A well-run organic LinkedIn strategy is not, okay, it's not expensive, it's cheaper, it's free. You might use all the tools if you like to do so, because today we have a lot of AI tools. You could delegate that to AI, create an agent or a skill anyways, which program that you're using, GPT or Claude or any other type of tool, and then delegate that part, or even a person that you could hire to do that part. And I've generated meaningful pipeline from LinkedIn without spending $1 from ads. And that's why I'm saying I spent some time and spent some money on LinkedIn ads without having any ROI. So I will say for LinkedIn, it doesn't worth it. It depends. Okay, I cannot say that the LinkedIn ads doesn't work, but it depends. Most of the times I would recommend to enterprise level companies, because or even long-term strategies might be applicable, but most of the time we're not talking about you or your business. Okay, the trade-off here we're talking is organic takes longer to build than paid. That's the law for every single social media or paid ads that we might have. Pay per link, cost per link anyways. Paid stops the moment you stop paying. So as soon as you stop paying, everything collapses. There are no leads. There is no strategy at all. So I don't have a business. Okay. So organic compounds the longer you do it. And what a lead engine actually means, and that's what we're going to share with you today. First, is not a post sometimes and hope people reach out. That's a hope marketing. You're expecting someone to appear from the heaven and then go to your post. Oh, this is what I was looking for my whole life. That's just a good story to be told, but that's nothing to happen to anybody. A lead engine has inputs, has outputs, has a predictable relationship between them. So when we're talking about input, what we're talking, consistent content, we're talking about strategic engagement, we're talking about intentional outreach. Okay, so a good and vibrating outreach, outbound strategy developed by yourself or by your team. The output, what are the outputs? Profile visits, connections, conversations, calls, and then pipeline. So that's the trend. So that's the flow. That's the sales funnel. Every stage is measurable. So every stage can be optimized. Okay, and I'm going through every single step, every single stage. And there are 5 part LinkedIn lead engine that I'm going to share. So let's start first with the part 1. That's the foundation. So the profile optimization. Your profile is like is not a landing page. It's not a resume. And most of the time, people face LinkedIn as a single page, as a Facebook page. Okay, that's not the main goal for LinkedIn. It's a landing page. Okay, your headline, for instance, tells the person who's visiting who you help and what outcome you deliver. Okay, not your job title. About section that you have, about me section, that sometimes it's the name of it, written for your ideal prospect or ideal customer, not for a recruiter. Okay, the feature section that you could post videos, text, or even images. You need to share your best content, your lead magnet or a case study, how to connect with you. If your profile doesn't immediately communicate value to your ICP, fix it before doing anything else. You can start today doing this profile optimization. I would recommend that from the start, sometimes even from scratch, because your profile is not so good, and everything else sends traffic to this page. So this is like a page that doesn't convert, so you need to change. Part number 2 from this lead engine is the content engine. So 3 to 5 posts a week across the 3 content pillars. For instance, you can create something about credibility, about relatability and perspective. So you can change the functions, the main objectives from each post, and you can even batch it weekly in one 9-minute session sometimes, or even pay attention on the interactions, who is liking, who is commenting, share that with your audience. Also use hooks that earn the read, something in the first 5 seconds if a video, or even the first line from your post. A structure that's easy to scan, because the person will read with their own eyes. It needs to be catchy for the person to continue reading or to continue watching. Clauses that are also worth sharing, okay? So the whole message needs to be concise and really straightforward to the ICP that you're looking for. This is what builds your audience in the long terms and keeps them warmer over time. The part number 3 is the engagement layer. So we're talking about here of 20 minutes per day, commenting strategically 10 to 15 target accounts. You can make a list on your CRM. You can create a list on Google Sheets, anyways, or Microsoft Excel. You do whatever you want to do in terms of control, but do that commenting part. So you're going to borrow that audience, borrow that distribution. You're going to generate a genuine relationship with that person and with their audience. Also, this is the most underused lever in organic LinkedIn growth. I do that a lot every single day. That's why boring sales is boring. Yes, it's boring because you need to repeat that. It's like this compound effect that makes sense in the long term. So LinkedIn game is different from the other games. So if you want to excel this game, you need to follow the rules. Basically, that's it. Part number 4 is the outreach system. So daily signal monitoring. So who engaged with my content? Who reviewed my profile? You need to see that the first thing in the morning. Okay. Also, check the warm DMs that you send or even you received. Okay. Using the frameworks that we already shared here in the podcast, or even some frameworks that might be useful for your niche, for your industry. The goal here is to move 1 to 2 conversations per day from engaged follower to a real conversation. So our main goal here from these specific DMs that we are, I'll say, engaging, evolving the conversation, is changing from a DM conversation to an external conversation. So let's grab 15 minutes to share, to meet, and then that's it, okay? You can use whatever tool that you use to schedule and so on. And the part number 5 is the data layer. So track weekly, profile views, connection requests accepted, DMs sent, replies received, calls booked. This is not just an SDR or a BDR role, okay? This is mandatory for every C-level, for every founder, co-founder to have, because once you manage that, and I remember that I read something related to the C-level needs to be more concerned about sales than anybody else from the team, because once the CEO, the founder has this complete direction of engaging, of growth, GTM's mindset, the company will also grow with it. These numbers, for instance, they tell you where the engine is working and where it's leaking, where the strategist, the alchemist from these numbers needs to fix. If your profile's views are higher but connection requests are low, profile isn't converting, okay? If connections are higher but DMs replies are low, outreach messaging needs work. If DM replies are high but calls aren't booking, the conversation isn't earning the meeting. So there's no value being added throughout the process. So each stage has its own specific fix and also its own specific KPI. So you need to measure to know where to fix and to apply which fix on every single part. Okay. The compound reality of this lead gen strategy for LinkedIn is the month 1 is going to be slow, and that's okay. Okay, you're building. Almost nothing converts yet. Month 3, the content library grows. Your audience starts to recognize you, and that's really important. LinkedIn is a different game. It's a long-term game. Month 6, the inbound starts happening naturally. Warm DMs convert faster because people already know you. Month 12, the engine is running. Your post build on existing authority. Each piece of content reinforces the last. And from now on, you are going to increase in terms of data, in terms of numbers, in terms of quality of leads, and so on. Okay, so be realistic as well. This LinkedIn lead gen works, but it needs to have some characteristics like some skills like consistency, patience, and most of the time you need to understand that this is going to be boring. That's why we're telling you BoringSales was born because of that. Because once you are a master of this boring system, everything will go on your own direction and is going to convert to the direction you want for your business. If you want more sales, it's going to be more sales. It's going to be more revenue. It's going to be more revenue. Okay. So I wish you a great day. I will see each other in another podcast. Keep it boring. Bye. Take care.